Hello, this is First Prospect with episode 5 of Let's Play Destiny 2, The Road to Forsaken. You can see that I have my friend Slaga Flaga here. Go ahead and say hi, Slaga.
Hello.
Alright, happy to have him here. He's just going to help us kick some bad guy alien butt down here on Titan. When we left off, we had just restored power to Titan's facilities, and now we are able to patrol the planet. We're able to go do some new missions, and hopefully we'll get all the way to Nessus. That's the goal for this episode. So, of course, my friend Slaga is a much higher level. He's just here, helping out, having some fun. Anything you want to say about your thoughts on Destiny 2 as you've played it?
It's definitely gotten a lot better since I started, and I'm excited for the new content coming out.
Awesome.
Should be lots of fun.
Awesome. Alright, so we have a choice between two of our first exotics, and I do believe Raiden Flux is the better of the two, so we're going to grab that. Alright, first piece of exotic armor. So Sloane's got a plan. New mission available. Alright, let's go find this mission. My map is telling me it is way over on the rig. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to head that way. I'm planning on doing a whole bunch of stops. Oh, there's this nice free little loot chest here. Not gonna say no to some free loot. Okay. Titan is such a drag on the FPS. Like, absolutely. No other planet gets me down into the 30s. It's a shame, too, because it's probably the most interesting planet that Destiny 2 introduced. Destination, I should say, given the fact that Titan is a small moon. But Destiny 1 had a lot of ruined architecture, and most of the architecture on Titan is actually still pretty well held together. There's a lot of hive corruption, but the buildings themselves aren't decrepit and falling apart. None of them are blasted out holes of, you know, old wars. And also being all on platforms on top of a, you know, boiling hot methane ocean is definitely something that we haven't seen before. Venus in Destiny 1 had some neon turquoise purplish lava that was pretty cool. But none of it was ever something you're completely on top of and have the danger of falling into constantly. I did bring over a sparrow from one of my other characters just to speed things up a little. Alright.
Yep. Juice like that can only mean one thing. A network of CPUs. Powerful ones. Maybe powerful enough to decrypt that Cabal signal we intercepted.
Still gotta have to remember that I'm playing a hunter and my jump is not a giant glide. It's actually a traditional double jump.
Guardian, securing this asset could turn the tide of this war with Red Legion. Without
Alright, there we go. Loving this fusion rifle. This thing's nice.
Looks like the Fallen were trying to break through those tiles.
This arcology is super pretty. I really wish they use this. They would use this for more content. But this area is pretty much a nothing really happens here. You're told to go here for some patrol missions, and that's about it. It's really cool getting to see some of this old Golden Age tech and just what it was like to be part of a research facility. We saw some of this on, once again, Venus and Destiny 1, but there's a really different vibe to it here. How this was truly for exploration, not for not purely for scientific research. This was an outpost in pushing the limits of mankind, and that's something special. That's something that everybody wishes wishes for. At least I hope everybody wishes for that. I mean, it's a really sad view of the world if you just
Is this what we're looking for?
don't want to explore, you know?
That's the place.
Hey, Slaga, you ready for some synchronized
Let's
fireworks?
find a way down.
Oh yeah.
3, 2, 1. There we go. We're all excited to be here. All right, let's go. You ready to kick some hive butt?
Yeah.
Ready to stop listening to me blab about the stupid environment? All right. Easy, easy enemies. Once again, Slag, I really appreciate you being here. Having a little bit of extra help is never something to turn down in Destiny 2.
No
The more the
problem.
merrier.
Definitely in hive territory now.
Keep radio chatter to a minimum. We don't want to draw any unnecessary attention.
We've already drawn all the attention that we can. Shrieker. In the last episode, I was talking about Shriekers and how in Destiny 1, when they died, they released these tracking, explosive bursts of energy that were just a pain to deal with. Fortunately, in Destiny 2, they're nowhere near as deadly or annoying.
Don't
Man,
punch the exploded ones.
I gotta say, the Arcstrider just, you fly across the room. There is insane momentum and speed on that super. And I already felt the effect of Radiant Flux, which I don't believe I actually took a look at, but the more quick attacks you do with your super, the more output you get, and the longer it lasts. The more damage output you get, and the longer it lasts, which is just phenomenal. You mean I keep using my super, and it gets better, and it lasts longer? Yep, that's it. That's all you gotta do. This final and third jump I will always remember, because I thought, like the last two jumps, it was going to be on the other side of the room, and instead it tricks. It tricked you.
I missed.
Oh, you missed? Yeah.
Yep.
Happens to the best of us. I remember this because the first time I did it, I fell right down because it was like, where am I supposed to get off? Hacks. This hallway is probably one of the, I don't know, it's one of my favorite pieces of scenery. Just having these blocks come out of the floor. It's not even, I don't know what it is. Something about it reminds me of the old Wrath of the Machine raid from the final year of Destiny 1 before Destiny 2 came out. And where you snuck through all these sorts of small chambers.
Reminds me a little of the end of Mass Effect 1.
Oh, when you're climbing up the Citadel? Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally see that. Could you imagine if in, I mean, this even kind of looks like Reaper Tech, how it's all like biological encrusted machinery, and it's pretty gross. Are there actually enemies that spawn back there? I always forget that those spawn. I just keep running through the hallways.
4 of them.
Oh no. 4 enemies is that's deadly.
Oh yeah.
You know, I really do want to try Spire of Stars. I don't know if we'll do it in one of the episodes, but I know that we've done Leviathan plenty of times. Slag and I have done it together, but there's something about doing the raid lairs that's just, I love Eater of Worlds, but I don't know how much Hey, check out the window. There's the giant sea monster. This thing only pops up every couple minutes or so. So it's actually cool that it's here right as we get down. Very cool. There have been a lot of lore theories about that, and if it's a hive creature or something else. We're going full Tron here, stealing a data core and everything. But there are a lot of lore theories about what that could be, if it might be an Ahamkara, which are basically... They're known as wish dragons, and they were hunted to near extinction, if not total extinction.
We should be able to send someone to pick you up from there. Holiday.
Yeah.
It's cool to actually see it. It's nice that it showed up. I wish you could shoot with this, but I guess in a research facility they'll just have industrial vehicles.
I'm strapping in and about to take
No
off.
tanks. We'll get a tank later though.
Sir?
This section feels like old Bungie. In Destiny 1, there was a little bit of vehicle combat that was eventually kind of discarded, and it was not focused on at all after the first year. But then they turned to Sparrow Racing in year 2, which there were a lot of mixed opinions about that event, and I was very excited for it. I think my Destiny tracker status had me as like a top 2% diamond rating for it, which I was like, hey, that was fantastic. But vehicles were kind of left to the wayside in Destiny 1, and in Destiny 2 they only have the industrial vehicle that we're driving right now, and then they bring in the tank for some of the later missions, which is based on the same chassis as this, and then you have your Sparrow, and that's it. It's a little lackluster when it comes to the vehicle combat. And when I first played this mission, I was like, oh, Destiny's bringing back the vehicle combat just like the old Halo days. And sadly, despite the amazing music and despite the really cool, you know, plow right through your opposition sequence here,
Let's get that CPU.
you don't get too much more of that. There's one more mission that really feels like this later in the campaign. And I hope that comes back in Forsaken at least a little bit. But from everything we've seen from the previews, that's not the case. Alright, mission 1 is done, so let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. I think this'll... Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's just take a look at this cutscene. It doesn't seem like there's any talking during this cutscene. But speaking of things that remind us of Mass Effect, I mean, this feels like nice old Republic Starforge meets the Catalyst from Mass Effect 3. Oh, of course. Now there's dialogue.
The crown jewel of the Red Legion and life's work of their leader, Dominus Gall. Gall has subjugated hundreds of worlds. Those that resisted no longer exist. You see, the Almighty annihilates stars. Nothing and no one survives Gall's ambition. What he wants is the Traveler and its light. As for the Almighty, it's now pointed at our sun. In short, sir, the war's over, and we've lost.
Just a cheerful day here for all the Guardians.
destruction of the Traveler. When our enemies attacked, we built a wall that stood for centuries. But now walls mean nothing. This enemy has taken our home, taken our light, and now they threaten our very existence. We're going all in on this almighty. How long before the fleet's combat ready?
Zavala, wait.
If we wait, we die. But if we attack together, we can take back our home, our light, our hope. Or we die trying. Now, I need my fire team. I need Ikora and Cade.
Alrighty, so that'll pretty much set up our goal for the next sequence of missions, is making sure that we find the other Vanguard mentors. We get them back together so that they can coordinate and take down this super weapon, which is basically, from my understanding, the Sun Crusher from the old extended universe Star Wars novel. So I said I wanted to be able to go to Nessus, and it seems like that's what we've done. We've unlocked Nessus, so awesome job. Looks like there's a guy to kill here.
Those caches, they never learn.
Then teach them a new lesson.
All right, very cool. Disrupt weapons exchange. Oh, this is the public event. Sligo, you want to do this public event?
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll do this since we unlocked Nessus, and this has not been a terribly long episode, so we'll go ahead. We'll do this event. We'll show people how to trigger the heroic version of this, although it's probably common knowledge by now. And I think that's where we'll call the episode. So this is a shared world instance. Slag is here with me because he's in my fire team, but he's not the only one. There's this guy right here. And the whole goal is to shoot this tank so that it's disabled, and it drops these little electric orbs. You put them here in these bubbles, these machines. That takes out the shield, and that allows us to use the fallen weapons against them. Now, it'd be nice if we could actually grab these. There we go. Alright, looks like we've taken all the shields down, and that's it. That's how you trigger the heroic event. Heroic events give you a little bit of extra loot, higher chances at special gear. They also introduce an element that makes the event a little bit harder. So in this case, a second tank spawns. Fun thing to note about these Scorch Cannons, you can actually hold down the button to trigger a larger detonation. As you can see, with some combined firepower of several Guardians, these tanks go down pretty quickly.
Two walkers. How do you like that, Fallen? Oh wait. You're dead.
There we go. That's it right there. And at the end of the event, we get the chest, and let's see what we get.
Again.
A nice little helmet and a token. All right. I actually can't wear either of these helmets. They both require me to be a level higher than I am. That's actually pretty funny. Okay. We're climbing up in power, though. We are power level 75. And with that, Slaga, why don't you go ahead and say goodbye to everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Bye.
All right. Once again, this has been First Prospect with Let's Play Destiny 2, The Road to Forsaken. If you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button. If you have something to say, throw a comment in the comments below. And finally, if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. This is First Prospect, signing off.